Oh, this new game I'm playing is kinda running slow. I think I need to get a new graphics card. Man, why are these graphics cards so expensive? There are supply and demand issues with the graphics cards. Why is that? There are a couple of supply and demand factors that could affect this. For example, in the year 2020, there was an increase in demand for cryptocurrency. Most people were reluctant to buy these cryptocurrencies, but they actually found out a new way of getting new cryptocurrencies. This new way of getting cryptocurrencies is called mining, and it requires a powerful GPU or graphics card to solve complex puzzles using a trial and error method to find a solution and get rewarded a cryptocurrency. This new way of getting new cryptocurrencies has increased the demand for high-powered GPUs. As you can see from the graph, at the initial equilibrium point, the price of the graphics cards was at P0 and the quantity demanded was at Q0. When there was a crypto boom, there was an increase in demand for graphics cards. This will cause the demand curve to shift rightwards from D0 to D1. This will cause the price to shift from P0 to P1 and the quantity demanded to shift from Q0 to Q1. Another example is that during times of COVID, people had to work from home. This resulted in people realizing that their computers were slow. Thus, most people had made plans to buy new computer components to build a new and better computer. In these computer components that they needed, they also needed a graphics card. With the increased demand for powerful and relevant computer parts, the demand for graphics cards increase. This causes the demand curve to shift rightwards from D0 to D1. This shift will cause the equilibrium to shift from P0 to P1, which will increase the price, and from Q0 to Q1, that will increase the quantity demanded. Another example on why the graphics cards has increased in price is due to the fact that the supply is low. Silicon, which is used to make graphics card chips, central processing unit chips, and literally every other microchip in the world, plus there being an increased demand for these chips during the COVID-19 pandemic, will cause there to be a shortage for silicon-based chips. At first, the equilibrium of the supply and demand curve was at P0 and Q0, but there was a lack of materials to create silicon-based chips, which were needed to make graphics cards. This will cause the supply of the graphics cards to decrease due to the fact that producers cannot produce enough graphics cards to meet the demand of the people, thus making the supply curve shift leftwards from S0 to S1. This will shift the equilibrium from P0 to P1 and Q0 to Q1. Yeah, that's all for my presentation. Thanks for listening.